What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wordwise. We are coming at you live from Koh Tao. I'm in my teeny little bikini, sitting on my balcony, looking at this beautiful ocean. So scratch that. Last time y'all saw me, I was drinking a beer, sitting on a hammock on my balcony with the ocean in the background. Life was good. Well, things have changed. So I started to feel a little warm. I thought it might be the sun. I had been out kind of all day in the ocean, just being a lazy bitch. And turns out I had a fever. So I went and I took a test. It was negative. Thought I was good. Next day I still felt kind of weird and I was like, I need to go to the hospital. I need to get like an actual PCR test. Well, that was interesting. And I go to the Koh Tao government hospital. I take my first rapid test. They say it's positive. They don't show me the test and they kind of refuse to show me the test. But at this point I have symptoms and I have to treat it like COVID, so I'm on for the ride. So I get on the phone with the hospital liaison lady who works with insurance companies, and she promptly tells me to basically commit insurance fraud and to call my insurance and to tell them that I was deathly ill and that I needed serious inpatient care. I was like, no, not gonna do that. But you know what? Turns out I couldn't even get a hold of my insurance company. Have to go through a quarantine, which is where I'm at now with these beautiful gray drab walls. It's actually not too bad. I'll show you guys. This place is pretty cool. There's my bed with these weird ugly blankets, but whatever. Nice drawers, which is kind of cool. Oh, by the way, look at, I've stayed hydrated. TV doesn't work. That's fine. The Wi-Fi is great. They actually installed a router for me, which is super nice of them. Got a little table, a pretty big fridge, a sink. Yeah, a bathroom. It's actually kind of nice. It's a really awesome mirror. Too bad I'm not dressing up to go anywhere. I do want to say that the nurses at the Koh Tao hospital were very helpful. One of them did try to help me find a quarantine place. She just kind of found me a spot in the middle of the jungle, a little hut, and I was like, I do not want to add dengue fever to the list of my problems. It's the hospital administrators that were the ones that were coming off as super shady. That could be just a lost in translation situation, but it was very clear that she was telling me to lie to my insurance. So that's never a good way to start a conversation with someone. I did call my hotel that I was staying at, who then promptly threw me out on the street. I was due to check out the very next day, and they lied and said that they were full, which is fine. I get it. You don't want COVID positive patients there, except for the fact that this hotel is signed up to deal with the Thailand Test and Go program, which means that they are inviting tourists in, knowing very well that there's a chance that they might have COVID. Turns out they have absolutely no protocols for how to deal with it. I had to sit outside of their property in the hot sun with 101-degree fever and wait for this quarantine location to come pick me up. If you plan on doing the Test and Go program, I would call them and ask what their protocol is for if you do test positive, because for them to just basically throw me out on the street with nowhere else to go was kind of ridiculous. The location that I'm at now is a facility that is run by Sairi Hut. I will leave their website down below. They have been lifesavers. The woman who's running it has been so sweet. So I will definitely leave that there because they are part of the Test and Go program here in Koh Tao. So if you are planning on heading towards this island, during this situation, they might be a good option because they have a protocol. I've lived it and it's actually pretty nice. Oh, homeboy just came and dropped off my food. This is how they do it. Yep, they just leave me a bag and a bottle of water. Yeah, so the food hasn't been too bad here. This is a katsu chicken with egg and rice and Honestly, I'm kind of digging it. It's pretty good. And your bitch is detoxing. There's like no caffeine, no weed, no alcohol, no extra sugars, like no salts, extra salty things. So I'm going a little crazy. My quarantine host did get me an iced latte yesterday, and it was just like, okay, for real though, fucking small victories. I have not had a coffee in an entire week. My quarantine host asked if I wanted anything special. I said coffee, and she brought me some. Oh my God, I love her. She's an angel. I cannot wait to just eat a giant bag of Cool Ranch Doritos when I get back to Los Angeles. The whole situation with the hospital is basically, it's like an outpatient program, and they give you tools to check your blood pressure, check your oxygen, and check your temperature. You have to do it 3 times a day, and you take pictures of it, and you send it in this like little line chat. I've gotten quite professional at taking my own blood pressure, so that's interesting. I have this little guy. Take this. This thing takes forever. I remember it taking this long like at the doctor's office. Okay, that's much better. We went from 150 over 90 to 116 over 86. I think that's better. What is that? Is it just because I'm not relaxed? I accidentally crossed my feet? I don't know. I'm still very much an amateur with these guys. So yeah, take a picture of that. Next on the list of gadgetry is this little like oxygen reader guy. Let's list number 2. So I'm gonna take a picture of this. So there's picture number 2. Okay. And then 3rd time's a charm. This has been my favorite so far because it's been the one with the most problems. Temperature. Okay. My fever is like still there, kind of, which is a little annoying. Anyway, so now I go on my line chat with my group who now has 46 members in it. When I first arrived, it was like 20, so that's not a good sign. Upload the 3 pictures. Bam, that's my outpatient program. I can't believe I'm paying like $400 for this. So I'm here for 10 days. Actually not been terrible. It's been very stressful trying to get a hold of everybody. It did take a couple of days to get a hold of the embassy, to get a hold of my flight. Like I'm with Singapore Airlines, and it was several days of just tense waiting on holds. I swear it was like 4 in the morning here when the hold music came off and like a person like said, hello, and I jumped up like a crazy person and could not believe that I was talking to another human being. I was like, are you there? I feel like Gollum. I swear to God, I'm in my little cave. What have I been doing here? What have I been doing for 10 whole days hanging out? It's actually day like 6 or 7 right now, so it's been day 7. It's been a pretty significant amount of time. It was like midterms and finals back in some of the colleges I worked for back home in Los Angeles, so I was busy. Your girl was making money. I was in this goddamn box making money. I'm trying to like do some workouts here and there, do some little shadow boxing, try to do some stretching. I've been watching a lot of really shitty Netflix shows. Hello. Hi. Look at your eyes. They're so pretty. You keeping me company? Yeah. Also just say that I could not be living without this guy. This is a laundry bar soap, which has been so critical during this whole quarantine because I can't really go anywhere and nobody wants to be anywhere near me. So laundry soap for the win. I also this time brought with me like a little clothes hanger, which has been super nice. I just put that out on the balcony. It hooks by like 2 carabiners so I can have my clothes. Oh my God, lifesaver. So I do want to talk in general about traveling to Thailand right now. Thailand's opening up, you know, they're constantly doing adjustments to this test and go program. They're really trying to get tourists. I had a great time. I was here for an entire month before I contracted COVID. I contracted it clearly domestically. I know that there's systems in place. I appreciate the outpatient program that this hospital has. However, they've been refusing to really nail down a price, and trying to get like a written estimate has been impossible. And after my initial conversation with the like hospital liaison lady telling me to commit insurance fraud, it just feels like a scam. I'm gonna be honest about pricing so that y'all know exactly how much this is costing me. So this room for 10 days with like food, 18,000 baht, so whatever that is, a little under $600, which is actually not that bad. It breaks down to I think around $50 a night. So with 3 meals and a room and a place for me to work, not the worst thing in the world. However, I doubt insurance is gonna cover this. I did have symptoms. I hope that they'll at least cover the outpatient program. I had a nurse at the Koh Tao hospital basically tell me it's probably gonna be around 10 to 12,000 bahts. I did kind of have the embassy call and harass them, and someone did confirm that that's going to be around the price. So that's what, like $350 or something like that. However, again, I have not been able to get anything in writing. And as of right now, they have my passport, which is kind of a scary thing because they could literally be like 10 grand. And I don't really have any leverage, you know, like I really want to go home. So with all of that said, would I recommend going to Thailand? Yes, but not right now. Definitely not right now. If you don't have the budget, if you don't have the time, this is gonna be a disaster if you catch COVID here. Especially like the islands, island hopping, because it's gonna take me, you know, 10, 12 hours to get to Bangkok from here. So it's not like I can just have my flight the very next day I get out. Like I can't even imagine what someone with a normal 9 to 5 would do if they had to like delay their return to work time by 2 weeks. I can't even imagine. For me, it's easy because I work on the road anyways. This is just kind of, you know, my style of living. I watched so many YouTube videos about this same scenario happening to people. And I knew it was a risk and I came anyways. So the only person to blame is myself. Traveling right now is very different. Be aware of the risks and be ready, you know? Like Sugar Free said, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Oh my God, that was the cheesiest thing. I get out in a couple days. I think in 2 days, I should go see them. Apparently, the way things work is that they will retest me and just check me out again. I'm praying to whatever is above that I do not test positive again. That would be kind of disastrous because I think I would have to start this whole process over, which means I'd have to go through the entire process of contacting everyone all over again. So really hoping that does not occur. Fingers crossed. I will let you guys know if I have my little Shawshank Redemption moment or if this is gonna be life for another 10 days. Okay, I'm in a truck on my way to the hospital now. I'm praying to come out of this a free woman. I just got out. I literally had to sit there for like 3 hours fighting to get my medical records because at first they refused. Then they were saying that they'd email it to me in like a few days. I don't believe shit. I had to sit there and just be super annoying and persistent. And eventually I got it. I got out of it under $1,000 like I had hoped, praying this insurance company covers some of this.
But even if it doesn't, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm a free person. Oh my God. I know there's so much other crazy shit going on in the world, but like, honestly, this was rough for me. So I will appreciate all the little things. And I need an ice cold fucking beer and to put my feet in the ocean. My back, bye.
Back in Los Angeles, got home safely. It was a bit hectic, but that's a story for a different day. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update about what's going on since I got back. I definitely don't trust my insurance company for the life of me, so while I was in Bangkok before my flight, I dropped off all of my documents, everything that they said that they needed in person. I literally like took pictures of myself handing these documents to these insurance agent so that they could not come up with some crazy shit saying that they didn't get it, blah, 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 blah. No, girl, that was right there in your office. I have it dated and geotagged. I will definitely keep you guys updated in the description box below whether or not I'm actually getting any of this money back. I heard that they are ending the pre-departure COVID test requirements starting April 1st, which sounds like it would be good for people who really don't want to take COVID tests or who don't have the money to throw away hundreds of dollars on tests all the time. That sounds like it would be a great thing. But in reality, with all the stuff that I went through and all the stuff that a lot of people have been going through when they test positive here, wouldn't you want to know before you left? Like, I can't imagine not taking a test ahead of time and just gambling to see what happens when I take the required test getting there, right? Did hear that starting like June, they plan on scrapping the whole test and go thing entirely, so that might be a good thing, or just waiting until next high season, because honestly, until they have a little bit more of a reliable and competent COVID protocol strategy, like, I would not come to Thailand. So I am going to continue with my Thailand series that I had planned. I had some great adventures for the whole time that I was there, and I really want to share with you guys. But I would just say bookmark them, put it on your bucket list, put that shit in your back pocket, wait till shit calms down a little bit, because unless you got the money and the time to deal with what happens if you get COVID in Thailand, like, I would not recommend. 10 out of 10, just not recommend. Hate to say it, but that's just the world that we live in right now. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.